the Northeast Kingdom. Northern New Hampshire. The most rural areas of two great states that share more than a border. Where people do more with less, and bloodlines run deep in sports. Where years of early mornings, late nights, and long bus rides become state championships. Over 15 high schools, thousands of athletes. These 6 have risen to the top of them all. These are our Athlete of the Year nominees.
Breanna Dodie, Linden Institute.
Breanna is a standout in 3 sports: soccer, hockey, and softball. On the diamond, she possesses great range in center field, along with power and speed on offense. A finalist for our Softball Player of the Year award, she batted .625 with 4 home runs and 37 RBIs, along with a game-winning RBI double in the Division II championship game, a 4-3 come-from-behind win over Mount Abraham. In soccer, Breanna is one of the region's premier defenders. A leader on the LI backline, she was an All-State Division II selection and an All-Capital first-teamer. On the ice, the Viking competes for Division I Northfield, which fell 2-1 to top-ranked Essex in the quarterfinals.
My sister is 4 years older than me, so I've never played a sport with her, but I've always watched her, which was cool because especially as I was entering the sports world, it was a good way to learn how to play the sports, learn the rules. And she was always a top athlete too, so that was my goal. I wanted to be a top athlete as well, because of course I have to compete with my sister.
Not just a top athlete. What did you want to do? What do you always tell me is your motivation?
I don't know.
You want to be better than I was.
Oh yeah, that's why she's my inspiration. When I got into middle school, all the teachers, I had one specific teacher who always called me Emily. And so it kind of bugged me because I was like, I need to be Breanna. She needs to have a reason to call me Breanna. And then there was coaches, and I always get called Little Dodie, which it never really bothered me, but it's kind of like, I want to be like a different Dodie, not just Little Dodie. With hockey, I played boys until my freshman year in high school when I joined the girls. It was fun to play with the boys. They were always goofing around. The locker room talks were interesting. I don't think I could ever repeat any of it, but it was just fun. Boys hockey is definitely where I got my competitiveness from, because I was always, especially with the boys, between the boys, there's always competition, and so I kind of played into the boy competition, and I always wanted to be better than the biggest boy on the team. And so I don't remember this at all, but my dad tells everybody about it. I think I was like 6. I was really little. I had just started playing actual games, and apparently there was this huge kid who just laid me right out. And apparently I got right back up and laid him right out. After the game, I got off the ice, and the parents were talking about it, and they're like, what the heck were you thinking and all this? And I think I said, oh, Dad, you told Emily to do that. That's what I always hear you say, Emily, to stand up for herself, so that's what I did.
Breanna Dodie coming to the plate. She has an opportunity to hit 2 grand slams in the same inning.
Wouldn't that be something?
1 strike on her here.
They're playing her a little deeper this time.
Oh, my. She hits it hard into right center once again. Over goes the center fielder.
It's going to happen.
Abby Ladd. Will they waver? They're going to waver. Can it happen? It will happen.
So we're in the championship game. It's tied, and I'm coming up to bat. And I get 2 strikes on me. I think I swung and missed the first one, fouled out the second one. And so now I'm like, all right, come on, Breanna, 2 outs, you have 2 strikes. All you need to do is just get a stinking hit. That's all you need to do. It doesn't need to be anything magical. It doesn't need to go over the fence. You just need to get a hit. And I get in there, and the pitch comes in, and next thing I know, I'm on second, and everybody's cheering. It never really hit me until we got on the bus that we really just won the state championship. I just was part of LI history. I was one of the teams that got an LI championship, and it was crazy. It's cool to think about that.
See, the proud older sister was very happy, but the competitive sibling was a little bit miffed.
It was funny too because I won the state champs and she never did, but I still have my goal because your batting average was what, .855?
I think my highest was 888.
888, so that's my goal. So I still feel like I haven't completed everything. That's my goal this year. I'm gonna get an 800 batting average.
What, hitting out of the park here isn't on that list?
800 batting average is a lot closer.
Okay.
That's my first goal. 800 batting average, then over the fence.
Okay.
Michaela Byron, Colebrook Academy.
When you think of Colebrook girls sports, Michaela's name immediately comes to mind. She's been a three-sports standout for much of her 5-year varsity career. Last spring in softball, Michaela batted .420 with 22 runs, 5 doubles, 6 triples, and a home run as the team's starting shortstop. In the fall, Michaela led the soccer team with 22 goals and 11 assists, helping guide the Mohawks to the state championship game. The All-State striker reached the 100-point milestone this season, finishing her career with 70 goals and 41 assists. In the winter, Colebrook's star guard averaged 19.3 points, 6 rebounds, 2.8 steals, and 2 assists per game. The All-Stater and Granite North Player of the Year became the school's all-time leading scorer with 1,487 points in guiding the Mohawks to the state title contest. She will be playing basketball at NHTI in the fall.
This is the court that I grew up on. I've played here since I was like 8 years old. I've spent a lot of hours out here working on my game, getting better every day. I was out here rain or shine. I came out in the winter, wore a pair of gloves, and just kept shooting. And I pretty much did that all year round. No weather stopped me. There really wasn't much of a three-point line, so you kind of stayed inside and worked on your inside game. And when you went to the gym, then that's when I would work on my three-point game. That's about it. I just stuck them out here. Whenever I'm bored or don't want to be on my phone, then I'm out here trying to get better still.
Michaela Byron set a record here in the NHIAA Division IV Girls Basketball Tournament. Cynthia Thompson scored 44 points for Orford in 1989. That was the most points scored by one player in one tournament game. And obviously Michaela Byron broke that with a 45-point outburst the other day up in Colebrook.
I think the 45-point game she had against Farmington this year exemplifies her whole career. No one could stop her that night.
I had no clue how many points I had that night. I didn't even think about it. I think going to that game, I just thought, I don't want to end here.
Participating here throughout the North Country as Colebrook's off to a quick start. A quick 1-0 lead as Michaela Byron takes care of the miscue defensively.
Michaela is definitely proved to be a great role model and one of the top athletes that have come through this program at Colebrook. I think, speaking on my behalf, but also the other coaches and staff, you've left a legacy here that a lot of kids are gonna have a hard time matching, but I also hope that it gives other kids initiative to improve their game. So, thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna miss the fans. They just made the game so much better between them cheering us on, and they just made me feel amazing. They were awesome. And just everyone here, they just made me feel like I was home, which I am home, but pretty soon I won't be home. Well, I guess it's time for me to start a new chapter, and moving on, this place will follow me wherever I go. Thinking back, you know, on the times that I had here and all the memories I created and all the records I broke is just gonna be heartfelt. I mean, I'm just gonna miss it a lot, and going back on it is just gonna be one of those things that you'll never forget, and this place you'll never forget.
Katherine Cowan, St. Johnsbury Academy.
Katherine was dominant on the track last spring as she was named Vermont's Gatorade Female Outdoor Track and Field Athlete of the Year. She earned 3 individual Division I state titles in the 100 and 300 hurdles and the 200 dash, and took 3rd in high jump as St. J repeated as state champs. She also set a state record with 5,156 points to win the decathlon crown. In the fall, Katherine gave up a starting spot in soccer to train with the cross-country team, setting the stage for her indoor season. In the winter, our 2-time Girls Indoor Track and Field Player of the Year won 4 events at the state meet, including the 55 dash, 55 hurdles, 300, and high jump, giving St. J's most decorated track champion 16 state titles. She broke her own school record in winning the 55, while leading the Hilltoppers to their 3rd straight indoor title. She also set the school and state record in high jump.
So freshman year, I went out for indoor track. I did not expect to be good at it. I just was going out to get in shape for soccer, and I actually loved it, and I found out that I was halfway decent. And then I just improved from there, and I kept with it. I've had so much happen on this track. This is where I've been through pain, happiness, and everything in between. Like last year, I fell and hurt myself beyond belief. I actually left part of my face on the track, but at the same time, this is where I see people improving every single day and making themselves better. This is where everything happens. This is where we win the state track meets, right here.
Katherine definitely means a lot to this program. She definitely gets a lot of points for us in the state track meet, but that's not the point. The point is that she's really encouraging. She's always pushing everybody to be better. It's not all about her. People try to say that track is an individual sport. It's really not. It's a team sport. The way that Kat always helps out people. Today I went over and I was practicing for the decathlon with the hurdles, and she was there helping me with pointers and stuff. She helps new kids out at the track. At the high jump. She definitely helps people feel more together. She kind of brings everybody together.
The thing that's striking with Katherine that I don't know has totally hit home yet is, she has won 16 individual state championships at midway through her junior season. And yes, it's split between indoor and outdoor, but that's just a phenomenal number. And every state championship is so precious and so hard to attain and takes so much work. And then she's already just racking them up at what for us is a completely unprecedented level.
Well, track for me is definitely a lifestyle. I practice every single day, whether I'm feeling good or not. And it really does change my life. It has changed my life from before. I'm much happier. I like the structure in my life. I can do my homework. I have a strict schedule. I go to bed at a certain time or I freak out. And I just like it this way. Everything kind of fits together like a puzzle.
I hate to say this because it really bothers me, but she's a junior, so she's been here 3 years. We have a phenomenally talented group of athletes. She has some incredible teammates, classmates. This junior class is really loaded across the state. When she's not there, we struggle. And it's not the points that we're missing. Somehow she brings a spark, something that's really vital that we're missing. And as a coach, that really bothers me, and I'm really trying to overcome that because she's not going to be here forever.
Well, definitely like in the future I have huge dreams, and I think seeing like, for example, like the Olympics and stuff, and seeing all the really like high level athletes, yeah, my shirt, but like it's just like the next level is always there, and I'm gonna keep going till I get to the top. I don't know, I just don't like to set barriers for myself. I don't have like a single goal, but just to like reach the peak of my sport, like one race at a time.